Exhausting.
Exhausting.
It was exhausting, ing.
Mhm.
Yes. It
What
is
was
necessary, the ing.
Let's put everything was good.
Very good, yes. Very, very good. You had a relaxing, well, an exhausting weekend, but celebration. No?
Yes.
That sounds super good. Well, guys, let's begin. I hope, I don't know where are your partners. I think Karen was going to be out. And I don't know what's up with Yamil. So I really wanted to start a new lesson because it's necessary, but I don't have half the group. So they need to recover. I'm sorry. If you are watching this, Karen and Jamil, I hope you are reviewing this lesson because it's going to be a difficult one. You guys, that you are here, let's practice. Today we are going to start with a new lesson. And with this new lesson, we are going to use a few new colors. We are going to start with, of course, green for verbs, of course, purple for time expressions, and we are going to use yellow for connectors. Oh, but super importantly, and for part one, actually, for part one, we are going to use not only yellow, but we are also going to use color blue. Color blue to talk about. So it's going to be a very, very complex uh, structure, a very complex lesson this time. You know? Let me just change the heart because this heart is very, very horrible. The other heart is more beautiful. Where did I put it? Okay, here it is. So yes, a lot of colors this time, you know? A lot of colors this time, and we need exact match for these verbs. It's going to be a complex sentence, a complex lesson, so please resist. You can do this. Here we go. So first, let's open with this little guy over here. His name is Ramiro. And she is Janet. And Janet is so a very good friend, you know? She's a very good friend of Ramiro. But then Ramiro takes her to the top of the building and declares his love to Janet. Janet is like, oh, Jesus Christ, no, please. Not again, you know? We have a problem here. So he is super in love. She is not really happy with it, but she's nice. Ramiro, you are my friend. You are like my brother. And, you know, it's impossible, no? But of course, other girls listen to this situation. And then they talk. Do you know what happened with Ramiro and Janet? No, what happened? Well, gossip. Gossip happened. Gossip is informal talk or stories about other people's private lives. And for gossip, it's so important to use correct structures. When we gossip in English, we need to master all the different structures that we have been practicing. From structure from 1 to 8. The 8 structures, they need to be fluent and very, very, you need to be fluent in all the structures. in order to be able to gossip. If you have the ability to gossip correctly, if you have the ability to listen to a conversation and then duplicate this conversation with perfect communication, you are ready for the exam. So technically, this is the principal objective of the level. Your next objective is to learn how to gossip, how to speak correctly about other conversations, and how to communicate the same information to another person. So here we go with the principal problem. We hear the situation and we say, Jason told Janet, A, I love you, or B, he loved her. The correct option, of course, is letter B. Jason told Janet he loved her, using the verb in past. Why in past? Well, it's important that it's in past because it happened in the past. It is not happening in this moment. So this is a little example, a little introduction on the next lesson, because now it is important to learn how to gossip. Now, when we are gossiping, this is the most important thing, and these are the objectives of the lesson. Objectives of this lesson, sorry. You need to change the pronouns that correspond to the correct person. So you need to understand the application of pronouns and how they work. Color. You need to change the pronouns that correspond to the correct person. And number two, you need to transition the sentence's verbs into a corresponding time. Of course, here we have the colors. We need to understand pronouns, the modification that happened to pronouns. We need to understand the sentence's verbs, the modification on the sentence's verbs, and we need to understand the corresponding time that match the verb correctly. When we gossip, we really exercise all the different grammar that we know or we supposed to know. So this is your B1, your first B1 exam. You need to master these situations. Up to this moment, do you have any question?
No, teacher.
In the case of yes. I don't know if yes is there.
Yes, teacher, I am here.
Good. Do you have any question, or do you
No.
understand this?
I think that yes.
Okay. Meanwhile, before we start with the principal section, which is the, well, there are two parts, two principal sections. Part one, pronouns, and part two, verbs. First, we are going to go directly to verbs. Sorry, pronouns, color blue. Let's begin with color blue. So, to remember pronouns and to indicate the application of pronouns, we normally use a pronoun for the following application. Attention here. No, not color blue, color blue. A pronoun is principally used or mainly used to describe to avoid repetition of a noun. So let's say, and let's imagine that you say, my name is Fernando. Fernando, I'm an English teacher. Fernando loves to go to the gym, but also Fernando loves chocolate cookies. What happened in this structure? What happened in this example? What word am I repeating so much?
Fernando.
Exactly. And in order to replace the word Fernando, we are going to use the person
He.
he. But if I say my name is Fernando, my name, what is the person that I need?
His name?
But there is my name.
Oh, my name.
So what is the person that corresponds to my name?
I.
Exactly. So the person is not he, the person is I.
Okay.
The correct form to say all this is using my name is Fernando. I am an English teacher. I love to go to the gym, but also I love chocolate cookies. The word becomes easier to read because I am eliminating the repetition. Thank you pronouns. Thanks to the pronouns, I can speak better. So this is the first note that you need to do. After the first time you used a name or a noun, you don't need to repeat it. After the first time you used a name or a noun, you don't need to repeat it. Comprehension. Or questions?
No, teacher.
No?
Mm-mm.
Awesome.
No.
Because in the next, you will. I promise. So here we go. After we know the application of a pronoun, then we need to understand when it's necessary to use the personal pronoun and when it's necessary to use the object pronoun. There are two different like pronouns that we are going to call them persons. Let's not use grammatical structures. Let's use not grammatical names. Let's use something more friendly. Okay. We are going to use principal person versus secondary person. How can I insert a table in that? Okay, here. Let's use two. Perfect. In our lessons, you have seen this happy face many times, no?
Yes.
This happy face, now we are going to use two of them. We are going to use this happy face and this happy face, okay? The first happy face will represent the principal person, which is going to be called, grammatically, it's called subject. On the other side, the other face will represent the secondary person, grammatically known as object. Principal person and secondary person are similar in context, similar in Spanish, but it's not in English. In English, the difference is when you use a transitive verb that will need a secondary person. It's a secondary person. For example, when you say, we have the word, let's use the column color green and let's call it, let's use the word love. When you use the word love and you use the word I, it's impossible to use the secondary person as me. We are going to use, I'm no, sorry, the secondary person cannot be I. If you say I love I, it's incorrect, right? The secondary person for you is you as well. So the complete option is I love you. The contrary, if you love Fernando, you're gonna say that I love you and you love
Me.
that word means that is similar to I, but it's incorrect to use I after the verb. The same happens with the rest of the persons. We have me, you. For masculine, he, we use.
Her. Her.
Oops, that's feminine.
Him.
Aha,
Sorry.
here's the question. Exactly, you were very close, Rox. The last option was correct. Him, because his is a possessive. His name, his cell phone, his car. He and him. She, and for feminine, secondary person,
Her.
her. They, secondary person,
Them.
them. We, secondary person,
Us.
us, correct. And it, secondary person,
It.
It.
only it. It doesn't change, literally. Only the verb love can be used. You can use the verb love. You can use the verb told. No, you send. You sent me the exam. You can use the word hear. I hear you all the time. You can use the word teach. He teaches us English. You can use the word grab. I grab it in the morning. And the most important verbs that we are going to use in this lesson, we are going to use the verbs told or tell and ask. Memorize these verbs because you are going to use them read this one.
Okay, teacher.
All right. Wait a second, I'm organizing stuff. Here we go. Super important for this. Note the verbs. An object, secondary person. Are called transitive. You can identify them by use. Ah, easier. You can identify them because they sound incomplete without the subject. Let's analyze this note for a second.
Can you give us a verb
Sure.
that not is transitive?
That is not, watch out.
Okay, that it's not transitive.
That is not transitive, of course. Look at this. Let me make this smaller so you can see everything. Verb that is not transitive. I heard, no. I've already eaten. I've already eaten. Is it necessary to say what you ate?
I think no.
Exactly, because the most important thing is that you have eaten. You don't need to eat. No? But if you say, I ate sushi, in this case, it's transitive because you need this object. I'm giving a very complex example because this requires more analysis. Let's use a simpler thing. Yeah, forget about it. I've already eaten. That's a non-transitive example. But if you say I, for example, got. What did you get? No? It sounds incomplete because it doesn't, because it needs an object. You see? The correct expression should be I got it, for example. I got it. Ah, okay. Now I understand. What about now?
Okay, okay.
Right? Does it make sense? Or still difficult?
No, yes, I think that I understood.
Perfect. Well, versus I got it. Whoa, what happened? Sorry. So when you need a secondary person, you will use these over here. These are necessary when you are using a transitive verb. For example, the verb told. The verb told is used to talk about precisely communication and speech between two people. Let me give you examples.
Mhm. She tell her mom. I don't know.
Can you repeat that?
Yes, teacher.
You repeat.
She tell her mom
Uh-huh.
something.
Oh. She tell her mom, right? And you need to conjugate this correctly. Is tell present, tells routines, he, she, it, and told in past,
Okay, okay, okay.
right? So in this case, does she tell every day, or are you talking in past, or what are you talking about?
In past, she told her mom
That's right.
something.
She told her mom something, right?
Mhm.
That's correct. In this case, you need principal person, secondary person. The other verb that we are going to study is the word ask. Ask, of course, in present, asks every day or in routines, and asked in past. And the other verb that we are going to use, tell, asked, and that's it. Let's begin with these two. Only two for the moment. Let's practice the application of these personal pronouns. Here we have the person told, the verb told, no? And we have two different persons that we studied, the subject and the object, right? For this lesson, we are going to use them as the speaker or the doer, again, the subject, versus the object, which is going to be the listener and the person who receives. Speaker versus listener. Speaker versus listener. The person who is speaking is the subject. I speak, I do. I speak, I communicate. I listen, the person that speaks to me. I am telling you, I am telling him, I am telling her. And verb in past, I told you, I told him, I told her, etc. In this case, for example, in the picture, you can see one person speaking to a group of people. The speaker that corresponds is
He.
he. Very good. He told who?
Them.
Them.
Correct. So the correct form should be he told them. Attention, it's not he said to them. Common mistake. Here is a very common mistake. He said to them. This is totally incorrect. We never use the word said because said is not transitive.
Okay.
Super important. In the next picture, you have one man speaking to another man. So it's principal person, speaker,
He.
he. He told
Him.
him. You are correct. He told him. It's incorrect to say he said to him. Watch out. You need the verb told. In this particular case, a woman is speaking to you. Principal person for a woman,
She.
she. Secondary person for you,
I.
incorrect. That's principal person. That's a subject. We need
Ah,
secondary person.
okay. Me.
Exactly.
Ah,
So the
sorry.
complete
Yes.
form is Rox.
She told me.
She told me. Correct.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right? It is a secret, a massive, massive practice necessary. You know, don't worry, you are going to get that practice. Let's go directly to the practice. Tell and told. In this exercise, if you see this conversation, Jessica asks more, who told who?
I don't know if mm, it's no, no, no. They are they are women. Really?
Plural. What is the woman for plural?
Women? Women.
Pronunciation, women.
Women. They are women. Really?
Yes, they are women.
Ah,
And it's
right.
not really, right?
Right?
Say that again.
Are they women? Right?
Is that a question or an affirmation? They are.
Are they
But if
women?
you say are they, you cannot say right.
They are women. Really?
Yes, really, eliminate really. The word
they,
is right.
they are women. Right?
Excellent. Yes, they are.
So when I ask, are they women? No, I
All
don't
right.
have to use right now.
Exactly. Good. Good.
So, oh, she told her. She told her.
She told her, you are correct. Very good. She told her. With suspensive pause. Good. Rox, in this case, who told who?
She told him.
Perfect. He told him. Yes, in this case, who told who?
She told them.
Correct. And what happens if it's the contrary? Yes. They
told her.
very good.
They
They
told
excellent. Rocks. Who told who?
She told them.
Very good. And if it's the contrary?
They told him.
Perfect, lady. Good job. Next. Yes. Who told who?
maybe she told him or he told her.
Exactly. Very nice. It's both. One side on the other. Rocks. Who eliminate told? Who took what?
Maybe he took it.
Very good. He took it. Using the verb took. Changing, this is a transitive verb. You see?
Okay.
And finally, yes, who, different verb, sent what?
He sent an email or an email.
Use a pronoun to replace?
An email?
Correct. Like what is the person for email?
It.
Exactly, complete.
He sent in. No, he sent it.
Very good. Sent it. That's right. What is the contrary of send?
The contrary. Get.
Get, right. What another
Or
one?
receive.
Receive, very good. Rox, give me the contrary of this. He sent it and I?
What? Can you repeat this?
Okay, repetition. What is the contrary to send, Rox?
Received.
Yes. So what happened to the email? I?
Receive it.
Pronunciation.
Receive it.
Receiving past?
Received. I received it.
Very good. I received it. That is correct. Very good.
Received is to a transitive
Of course,
verb.
because you
Okay.
need the secondary person here.
Okay.
If you only say, I received and finish,
What?
it's like you receive what, you know?
Okay.
Which is very important because in Spanish, we only say, lo recibí. So when we translate to English, we forget to use the person. This is thinking in English.
Okay.
Got it? So to think in English, remember, determine if the verb is transitive or not, so you can use the secondary person. But the point here is that if you are listening, let's imagine, going back to the example, the speaker says one day, what happened to Janet and what's the other guy? Rodolfo? What was his name?
Rodrigo? I don't know.
Digo, I don't
Or
remember.
Ramiro, no?
Ah, yes, Ramiro. Yes. So the speaker was Ramiro. Right? And Ramiro said, where is that call out? Perfect. Ramiro said, I love you. Yes. When you gossip, we are listening to the conversation. We say, oh my God. Ramiro, complete the sentence. Ramiro how would you complete these sentences correctly?
Ramiro told
Yes, Ramiro told
her.
exactly her, or no, but first we need a person.
Janet.
Exactly. First we need the name.
Ramiro told Janet
Mhm.
that he loved her.
Exactly, that he,
Mhm.
principal person, loved. And that is a correct expression. Using in this first case, we have the speaker and the listener. And then on the second part, we have the principal person and the secondary person. Let's change this. Let's change this to principal. And the secondary person. Different face. What we are going to do is to understand when it's necessary to use the principal person and when it's necessary to use the secondary person. When it's necessary to use, oh, sorry, when it's necessary to use the speaker and when it's necessary to use the listener. This is your mission for the next classes. Easy or difficult?
I think that is
Yes.
easy
You think that is
now,
easy?
but tomorrow, I don't know.
I hope, I really hope you consider it easy. I really, really hope so. What we are going to do, well, this is called reported speech. Gossiping is called reported speech. This is the name. And this is when we are using principal and secondary person. In this case, is a speaker. The speaker and the listener. the speaker and the listener, he told the other person, then we are going to use a connector, a new connector that we are going to practice this week. That. This person told the other person that, and then we are going to use a possible transitive verb, that he loved her, that he that he was going, etc. And we're going to learn how the verb transitions, how the verb changes. There is a modification that happens when you are telling the story. So tomorrow we are going to clarify all this information. For this, in this moment, you have something important. The persons. Okay. Remember this for tomorrow. It's going to be super important. Let me give you the screenshot so you can put it to the back. There we go. This is your mission for these months. Let me send you your screenshot. And tomorrow we start with the second part, verbs, transitioning verbs. Any question?
Not sure.
Awesome. So guys, you are done for the day. Good class.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Have a wonderful night. See you
too.
later.
Thank you, teacher.
Good night.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.